So the Cristiano Ronaldo against the Saudi Arabian League saga continues. Earlier today, it was confirmed that Cristiano Ronaldo would not play against Al Ittihad, Benzema's former team. This is the second game in a row where he's going on strike. Breaking, Cristiano Ronaldo remains out for Al Nassr. Next game for Al Ittihad on Friday, as revealed here on Monday. No issues with Al Nassr staff or management. No injury, no fitness problems. Upset for PIF management with some SPL clubs. So, same thing. I'm guessing they're not giving into whatever demands he has. I don't know what he kind of wants because he hasn't. The Benzema transfer already went through. I don't know what really he wants from this. Maybe he just wants a promise, and the transfer window's over. I'm guessing he's just wishing for a promise. That they'll give Al Nassr more players in the summer, I guess. The Saudi Pro League also had a response to Cristiano Ronaldo and this whole thing that's going on. Official statement: the Saudi Pro League is built in one simple principle. Each club operates independently under the same rules. Clubs have their own boards, their own executives, and their own football directors. Decisions regarding recruitment, spending, and strategy rest with the clubs themselves within a financial framework designed to ensure sustainability and competitive balance. That framework applies equally to the entire league. Cristiano has been fully involved with Al Nassr since his arrival and has played a crucial role in the club's growth and ambitions. Like any elite competitor, he wants to win. However, no individual, no matter how important, can influence decisions outside of their club. Recent transfer activity clearly demonstrates that independence. One club strengthened the team in one way, another club chose a different approach. These were club decisions taken within the agreed financial parameters. This was the perfect response by the Saudi Pro League. I don't like the Saudi Pro League. I don't really like what they're trying to do to the sport, and they are pretty corrupt in the fact that they give like 3 teams a lot more money than the rest of the league. But this was a good response to have, dude. It touched on all the things it should have, and it was very professional. It was very honest, and it was good. First, they show that this was a decision made by Al Hilal's club to sign Benzema. That Al Nassr, if they manage their club differently, could be able to make signings like this. But them saying another club chose a different approach, saying that Al Nassr and Al Hilal have different approaches to how they run their club, kind of shows that the reason why they're not able to make these kind of signings, more signings than they already have, is because Ronaldo takes in way too much damn money. He was already getting paid 5 times more what Benzema was getting paid from Al Ittihad. So if he wants to get better players, then he's gonna have to make less money. Simple as that. And then the second part, which I think they were very smart at addressing, is saying, one, no matter how strong or important a player is, they cannot affect things outside of their club. They cannot make choices for other teams, which is the perfect response in my opinion. I said it when I made the original video, kind of complaining about this guy's mentality through this whole thing. Why does he think he has control over what other clubs do? And it's good that the Saudi Pro League touched on this a little bit. It's very important that he doesn't feel entitled to this again. And yeah, just good response from the Saudi Pro League. Now, Al Nassr and Al Ittihad have already played their game today. I kind of waited to make this video to see what would happen in the aftermath of that game. No Cristiano Ronaldo playing. Al Nassr win 2-0, but that is the least big thing to come out of this fixture. Al Nassr won 2-0, and Al Ittihad are pissed. They are saying they got robbed. Here's Danilo Pereira, Cristiano Ronaldo's national teammate, by the way, both Portuguese. This is what he had to say after the game on his IG story. Some things are just scripted. It's not possible, bro. Now, there's been plenty of call-outs by players in the league towards the league and their treatment toward Al Nassr. This is just the latest situation of that happening. But, bro, I mean, we'll look at some of the clips here. We'll look at what they were talking about. It starts to make you think, dude, because these are professional players. They didn't complain like this that much in their career, dude. Only when they went to Saudi Arabia, they started feeling this kind of thing. I'm honestly a bit surprised that they have this much balls to call out the Saudi Arabian government when you hear about what they've done to people who have done less. But I don't know. I guess they just have a pass or something. Since they're football players, I respect them for calling out what they think is true. So here's the first clip. And in my opinion, that's not too bad. It's a handball, but it's kind of close to his body. There is kind of an excuse to be made here that he was trying to move his hand out of the way, and it was at his body anyways. It would have hit his body regardless. This second one though, this this is questionable, bro. 12 minutes into the game, in my opinion, that's unquestionable. It hits his hand. It literally changes trajectory. There is very little way you can defend that, in my opinion. I think that's a pretty obvious penalty. Yeah, that one's a weird one. The first one that I showed you, you can kind of say that it was close to his body. That one, his hand is literally stretched out. It changes trajectory even. It's a very obvious handball, dude. That's a weird one. I'm not gonna make any assumptions or declarations. I really just don't care about this that much. I just think this is weird. The funny part to me was just seeing Ronaldo bitch and cry and go on strike after being paid 250 million a year, I believe it is. Yeah, it's just funny to me. I don't really care about the Saudi league at all. I just want to further my agenda on Cristiano Ronaldo is rigging leagues in his favor, and he's trying to do that with the Saudi Arabian league more than he already has in the past. Also, Benzema on his debut got a hat trick. This guy's just a mentality monster. I will now be rooting for Al Hilal to win their, I don't know, however many league title in the past 5 years against the rigged camel. And yeah, good job by Benzema. Then funnier news in the Arab football world. Breaking, the Moroccan national coach Walid Regraoui had offered to resign after the AFCON loss to Senegal. Remember, this is a guy who went and got to a semifinal in the World Cup in 2022. I'm pretty sure was he was coaching the national team at the Arab Cup of Nations, I believe, that they won this year. And then he got to the final this year, obviously, and then the crazy final happened. And yeah, he just he resigned. And I don't think I've ever seen this in football before. African football is just the gift that keeps on giving. The Moroccan Football Federation does not accept the resignation of Walid Regraoui. He will continue as head coach. They are forcing him. They are forcing him to coach out the rest of his contract. I don't think I've ever seen this in my life, bro. They could have maybe tried to persuade him or offer him more money. They straight up said, your ass is staying whether you like it or not. They are forcing him to stay at the job. Now it's his choice if he just completely decides to sandbag and just not give a fucking troll. But I doubt he would do that. I think he has self-respect as a manager. But what the fuck? I have never heard of a coach resign and then his own club slash national federation forcing him to stay on the job, bro. Football in the past month has been through the ringer, bro. There is some shit that has happened in the past 2 months that has really, like, I didn't even know that could happen in football, dude. the shit in the final against Morocco with the ball boys literally assaulting a football player. They did get fined for that, by the way. They got fined $200,000 or $500,000, I forgot. So unless the federation pays that off themselves, those kids are now in lifetime debt. They are in generational debt over assaulting a football player and their country not even winning. So they basically did it for nothing. And unless the national team helped them pay it off, which I don't know if they have, if they have not helped them pay it off, they now have generational debt for basically nothing. This is a ridiculous situation. Moroccan football is funny as fuck. African football as a whole has kind of showed the best that it possibly can. Hopefully, from now on, we can get a more serious AFCON, a more serious African football after what they showed to the world was a disgrace to football. Hopefully, they can look at themselves and try and be better for themselves and the sport. And then last but not least, this is probably the best news of the day for me. You guys know how much I do not like Jude Bellingham. And yeah, Southgate. Well, I just said Southgate. Thomas Tuchel, man. I always knew this guy had balls, bro. He won the Champions League at Chelsea. He was all he tried to fight the dictatorship that Mbappe was trying to do at PSG at the start. At the start. I'm pretty sure he was there at 2018, 19, 20. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there. That he got them to the final in 2019-20 when they lost to PSG, bro. He tried to fight the system on that one. He tried to fight the dictator of Kylian Mbappe, bro. He tried his very, very best. And ever since then, dude, I knew he was a manager of 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 high self-respect, of someone that wouldn't be pushed around. And that's what he's doing at the English national team, bro. Exclusive. Jude Bellingham has been informed that he no longer has a guaranteed starting spot for England unless his performances improve significantly. Thomas Tuchel is expected to start Morgan Rogers ahead of him at the World Cup. Whew. Bro, my heart started fluttering. My shit dead ass just skipped a beat, bro. They're not giving into this bitch anymore, bro. They're fighting it. I can't believe it. This Thomas Tuchel guy has my eternal respect, bro. I called it years ago, bro. This Jude Bellingham guy will be exposed for the overrated hack that he is, bro. I told you guys years ago, and I will be proven right. The people at Madrid are seeing it now. I see them calling him a stat merchant, and Thomas Tuchel is finally calling out for the shithead that he is, bro. I freaking knew it, bro. Hopefully he stays on his shit. Bellingham will not improve in these last 4 months. He will keep getting worse and worse. And hopefully by World Cup time, I will not have to see this guy on my football screen unless it's on the bench with the bench training bib on, bro. Yeah, good day for me, bro. Very very happy. My agendas got pushed a lot in every direction, so that this was a good day for me. Peace.